Hey everyone, so this week's What I Eat in a Week is a little delayed, but I have a lot of good stuff to share with you all, so let's just jump right into it. I guess the first thing that I ate that weekend was an Oreo cream puff that my cousin actually made for us, and I am heating up some pho. I always go to this one on like Grand Street in Manhattan. It's like my favorite pho in the world. So right now I'm just boiling up the broth, and then I'm going to cook the meat, and then I am going to put in the noodles because I find that the noodles got a little soggy last time. And then I also found that by putting in the meat first, it kind of overcooks one of the red meats. So I probably shouldn't have done that, but regardless of that case, I am boiling everything up, reheating everything, and I'm putting the toppings such as bean sprouts, mint leaves, and then I'm also going to spritz some lemon just to give it a little bit more zestiness and flavor to it all. And then I like to mix usually sriracha or the red chili hot sauce with hoisin sauce. And then I'll mix these two together, and some people, like my friend, will put the sauce into the soup, but I like dipping my meat into it and then eating it with the rest. So that's usually how I enjoy my pho, but you do you. And then afterwards, for dessert, I am having the red bean green tea with vanilla ice cream. I feel like I saw, or there was a grass jelly one, but I can't find it. It might just be my imagination, but it's really good, and it's also from Ime. And then I also had my dad pick up this other dish from the Vietnamese restaurant while he was there. Right now I am just going to air fry the spring rolls again just to make it crispy. I'm just doing whatever default that my mom had it before, which was at 350 Fahrenheit, and I'm just gonna reheat it or refry it for 15 minutes. And then with the noodles, I'm actually going to add a little bit of water to recook the noodles. And then what I'm going to do is reheat that in the microwave. And I wanted to make some tea, so I think I'm just making a green tea just to detox a little bit. I think the weather is getting a little bit colder too, so I wanted something warm. And then what I usually like to do is put half of this like orange, I don't know what it is, but like this orange sauce. I like to put half of it in my noodles, and then I will use the other half as a dipping sauce for my spring roll. And inside the noodles, there's actually like cucumber. I think there's peanut in here too, and carrot. It's a really nice, refreshing dish actually, so I really like eating this during like the warmer seasons. I don't like it when my spring rolls get too soggy, so I only put like one at a time in there. But I'll eat the spring roll first, and then I'll eat the noodles and accompany with it. And then this is a Burmese dish. I don't know if I had mentioned this before on my channel. I think this is just kaswe thot, which is like mixed noodles, or like, I don't know, like noodle salad or something, if I can call it that. But basically it's just egg noodles with, I believe my mom cut up some shrimp, or no, fish cakes. And then I love a lot of potato in mine, so I asked her to put in one whole potato. Then for the greens, we have, I believe, cabbage and parsley. And then she added the fried oil or fried garlic oil. And then this is shrimp, like dried shrimp, I guess. And this is a sauce. I don't really know how my mom makes this sauce, but it's a little bit on like the sweeter side. And she actually put a little too much sauce in my dish, so it became a little too saucy. But that's okay. After you have all the ingredients put together, you can use your hands or whatever to kind of mix everything together. Oh, and then she tops it off with like some like fried sticks or whatever. And then I really like eating it with this soup with what is it, fish cake or shrimp cake? Oh yeah, I think it's fish fish with like fish cake or whatever. But yeah, this is, I don't know which part of Burma this is from either, but this is definitely a dish I like eating once in a while. And then I still had a bowl of, from Brooklyn Suya. I had the salmon bowl. I didn't get any carbs with this, so I wanted to eat this with my ramen. So I'm just boiling up some of the vegan ramen. And then after I cook that, I'm not going to reheat the suya bowl. I'm actually going to put in the salmon into my ramen to heat it up a little bit. And then everything else inside the bowl, it's like kale, onion, sauce, also the suya sauce as well. And for that, I wanted my salad to be a little bit cold and refreshing, but I didn't want my salmon to be a little heated up. So that's just what I'm doing here, putting the salmon into the bowl to reheat it a little bit. And it is so good. I don't know what suya is made out of, but it's a really nice, like, kind of spicy, and definitely savory sauce. It's definitely a kind of sauce and heat that I haven't tasted in other places. So definitely would try it out if you have an option of getting it. And then I guess the next meal that I'm having, I like treated myself so well. I decided to get shrimp dumplings and beef noodle soup. And I really like the packaging of this place. It is a lot of plastic, but I just really appreciate the packaging of this place. So I'm gonna add in the soup to my noodles. And then once I have that in, the noodles were a little like stuck to each other, so I had to break it up a little bit with my chopsticks. And I think I just got like the flat rice noodles. And then I'm gonna add in, this is, I think this is beef tendon and different parts of the beef. And then with my shrimp dumplings, they actually had it like packed in like each little container. And I'm gonna put in the vinegar and ginger into the actual cup, and then I'm just gonna take it as a one shot. So good, so good. And then they actually had like hot sauce to go with my beef as well. I'm gonna dip it into the hot sauce. It's not really like hot sauce. That's just like a hot oil kind of thing. It's not really spicy. And yeah, that was my very treat yourself lunch that day. And the next meal that I'm having, my mom made this bamboo shoot with pork. I didn't really want to eat the pork too much, so I just got a lot of bamboo shoot, had it over rice. I think she just used onion and turmeric as the base, and then I have a green smoothie on the side. I think it's the Grass is Greener smoothie from Revive Superfood. And then I think this is just like a dessert or whatever that I wanted. This is, it was Mid-Autumn actually. It just passed. So you have to eat a mooncake. Well, you don't have to, but it's tradition to eat a mooncake. I really like the mooncake with the double yolk. And then I also had a mango puree with, I think I had the cheese foam on the top, but I had already drank it. And then the next day, this is also from the same place that I got like my treat yourself lunch the day before. I just got wonton noodle soup because I was just feeling I wanted something that, I don't know, it's comfort food for me. Like, this is my comfort food. So I just wanted something like soupy and warm because the weather is getting colder. No idea why I made that disgusting face. Probably saw an email that I didn't want to respond back to, so yeah. But anyways, that was a really nice, simple meal. And then the next day, so my sister actually bought these, the self-heating hot pot that I didn't get from Heidi Lau. And she got the one in tomato base. One is a beef and the other one is like a sausage one. So I was just reading the instructions for this, but it's fairly simple. They have like a self-heating pack. I think the only part where I like messed up is like how much water to put in. And at the end, I found out that it didn't really heat up my food thoroughly anyways. I would definitely suggest putting the vermicelli noodles on the bottom because those if you put it on top, it just doesn't cook. Regardless of that, I still had to put this in the microwave to reheat anyways because things didn't fully cook. If you're hearing a lot of bell sounds, my cat is in the back. Oh gosh. But anywho's, so in most of these packets, they're going to have the vermicelli noodles, the pickled vegetables, whatever. If it's not a meat option, they have 2 packets of the pickled vegetables, and then it will have the broth. So this is the part where I was like, okay, trying to figure out how much water to put in and whatnot, because I actually forgot that you had to take in consideration of the fact that the heating packet will also create volume. Yeah, but it's really interesting to see how like it starts like steaming up and stuff. For some reason, I was like super scared of like the heat intensity of this packet, but it's really not that hot. I think the steam just like made me like it just intimidated me. But the beef one actually heated up really nicely. I think it's because I added in more water. The sausage one that I did afterwards didn't heat up as nicely, and I definitely did have to put that in the microwave for a little bit longer. But regardless of that case, I think this is really cool to try out. I don't really like the tomato base, but Hannah doesn't really like the spicy. I just feel like this is really expensive for... It's really innovative, that's for sure, and it's so cool to try out, but $10, $11, $12 for this, it's pretty expensive. I like prefer to get like a cooked meal. I don't know, seeing all this in like package and stuff kind of make it feel like it's really processed and stuff, like I'm eating like army food or something. Not that army food is bad, it's just, you know, or like space food. But it's definitely cool to try out. I definitely use the spicy base for multiple meals, so I definitely stretched that out for a while. Like I said, it's definitely worth trying out, but it's not something that is like my go-to meal for like the days in and such like that. And I didn't like the beef one because that one was like super minced, and like me and Hannah had such a hard time finding it in the broth of everything. I did like the sausage one because it's like the Chinese sausage, you can actually get it. But like I said, I feel like these are really good like starting bases, and then if you want, you can definitely add your own toppings in there. I think that would definitely like upgrade this for sure. So it's not bad to try out. It's definitely worth trying out. I think it's a little bit costly, but it's definitely interesting. I wanted to balance out all the savoriness and such, so I'm having another one of the red bean green tea vanilla ice cream from Ime. And afterwards, my mom made this. It's just called like yellow eggs. Pretty much it's just hard-boiled eggs in turmeric and onion. And then my mom made this like kind of like, it's not really sauce, but it's this like kind of pickled mixture, which tastes really good. It has like peanuts, some red chilies, and then sour leaf, and it's really good. Definitely this over like white rice gives it so much of a flavor. So that is pretty much all that I ate for that week. I hope y'all liked it. If you did, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you all in another week of what I eat.